Few game franchises are as beloved as Bioshock, and now 2K is releasing Bioshock the Collection, I think along with Blind Squirrel Games. And this is an interesting thing to talk about because usually when we do remasters, you don't think there's much to it. I mean, it's just a little bit marginally better. And this is something I ran into when I was playing it. But it is a lot better. 2K released the side-by-side footage, exactly the same part of the game in the remaster from 2016 and the original in as early as 2007. So you can see immediately there how much prettier they are, how much sharper things are. It's been up-resed a lot. And this took me a while to realize. I played through Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite in the course of one day. I didn't play the whole games, obviously. But I did, and I do need to point out, 2K invited me up to their headquarters to play this. So when I was playing this, there was something going on in my brain that I like to call nostalgia vision. In your memory, the games that you love are always running at 1080, 60, and everything is perfect. But the original was not running at 60 frames per second. This one is. The original didn't have the depth of field. It didn't have sharp geometric edges on the buildings. It didn't have extra sea life in the background, like the whales and the fish, and even Big Daddies in other tubes across the way. There's so much more depth there. The buildings of Rapture do get separated a lot from the vastness of the ocean, which I think serves the point of why this is here at all, or the grandeur of Rapture, which is this is a big, scary place. It's not perfect, the graphics are. Anyway, you may notice at certain points, especially in Bioshock Infinite, it's not that far away from what was actually released. There is still some deadness and blankness in the eyes of some characters. However, other things look very good. We're looking at the splicers in the original Bioshock, and they have, with the added shadows and edges, and the chunky stylized art is better stylized, better served with the new graphics. It does serve to make the atmosphere that much more oppressive. Rapture is an extremely oppressive environment where you should be scared at all times, what with the leakage, the splicers running around. The issues that the game always had are obviously still present. There isn't a significant change or even a change at all in terms of gameplay. It's what we're looking at more is a more defined world, a more tactile world, a more real and visceral world of Rapture, which is arguably one of the best settings for any video game there is. Columbia the same, though I did feel less impressed by the changes between Infinite and the Collection versus the original Bioshock and the Collection, and that is because of the difference of 9 years. Every single DLC is included with this game, except for Bioshock's 2 multiplayer, which, as I recall, wasn't great at the time and suffered from lack of players being in the lobby at all. And it's suffice to say that problem would still persist, though you do have access to every single DLC, including the remarkable Minerva's Den from Bioshock 2 and the noir kind of take on Bioshock Infinite. It's all available. From a price point, you would get every single game and every single DLC, again, minus the multiplayer, for $60, which is a great deal. I would say usually remasters aren't really worth it, but in a world that is as important and scary and unique as Rapture in particular, and I'm not even counting Columbia here, it does make a huge difference. And I would say if you are a huge fan of the Bioshock series of games, this is a good buy. There are also things hidden among the games, including, well, they're called Golden Reels, and it includes lots of footage and interviews with Ken Levine and the animation director talking about the making of Bioshock. And this was, of course, before Levine handed off the reins to Bioshock, so he can't talk about the later work in the series. But it is interesting to see these. They aren't really super fun unless that's exactly what you're looking for. When you're in the game itself, you kind of just want to play the game. You want to push forward. So when looking at Bioshock the Collection, I would say compare the actual footage against each other as opposed to Nostalgia Brain versus this footage, because it is not a next-gen game. It's not going to blow your mind, but it is a significant leap above how it looked before. I definitely recommend this for people who are big fans of the Bioshock franchise and want to replay it all in its glory, or maybe if you missed a few DLCs or you want to learn more about it. This is for someone who's heavily invested in Rapture and Columbia, though let's be honest, Rapture. Or if you wanted to get someone involved in the game for the first time, this is a convenient and easy and high quality way to do it so that they wouldn't be disgusted with the 2007 graphics. Would you kindly leave me comments below telling me your thoughts about Bioshock, your memories, and if you will play it again?